And thank you everyone for coming along tonight. As Dave said, a horrible night, but good for the gardens, I always think. My pond is at last full. The tide is turning, I think. We've had a good week in Newmarket, where we've started knocking on doors, and we didn't knock last night. It's just too wet. But on Tuesday night, I sent the team out in various places, all within the same area. It's important to do that so that you get the feeling of solidarity and people can see there's a mass of Labour people and everyone wears a rosette, so that they feel as though there's lots and lots of Labour people. No, there were quite a lot. But there was one street to finish off that we'd not done the previous night, so I took myself off slightly separately, which I shouldn't really do. I should be in the middle of everyone. But I was quite keen to finish this Madison Road off. I don't know why. I mean, I've canvassed it lots of times, not particularly good. I suppose it was just completion's sake. We've done most of Madison Road. The last 40 houses I wanted to get done, just so I could finish that sheet. So, feeling a little bit lonely, I'd sent all the others down a few roads away, knocked on the first door, and there's nothing better than a first door you knock on that's a positive. I go, oh, you're going to support us? Fantastic. A real big smile on their face. That's really good. So I was up for it then. I can cope with anything tonight. I've got a yes. Knocked on the second door. Yes. What? Knocked on the third door. Yes. Fourth door, they were out. Fifth door. Yes. 7 yeses in about the first 10 doors I knocked on. I cannot remember. And I've done these campaigns. Someone here will say yes. I have been campaigning, knocking on doors, well, since 1979. And I don't remember. There must have been times in 1997. There must have been, when it was as good as that. It must have been. But anyway, it was a surprise to me. And of course we are. If you look at the polls, remember the polls are always 5 days late, because they do their surveys and then 5 days later, perhaps a bit longer, before they publish them. So what you see is what happened five days ago. And we are increasing. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's at the expense of the Lib Dems and the UKIP. Yes. But if we could start to squeeze the Tory vote, who knows? Who knows? And reflecting on the county council results, and Dave and Maureen did so well in the Cangle ward, coming second, a close second behind the Tories, and the UKIP wiped out. Fantastic. So I think things are moving, things are changing, and I think Jeremy Corbyn has been doing a brilliant job. And from day one, he's spoken about policies that are popular, and he's kept to policies. He hasn't done any slanging, he hasn't bad-mouthed anyone. He's just spoken in a calm way, a wonderful calm way of his, about all the policies a Labour government would introduce. And every one of them has been good, hasn't it? You go, yes, yes, yes. And of course, this week, we've actually had a launch of the manifesto. And what I'd like to do tonight is I'm going to read out some of the best bits. I don't know how much of it you've read, but it's an absolutely fabulous document. I mean, I could have read it all out. It's been a bit boring, or rather in time consuming. It wouldn't have been boring. It's a brilliant document. So I've got some phrases here. Let's see how many I can get through, because I just think there were so many good things in it. We'll measure our economic success not by the number of billionaires, but by the ability of our people to live richer lives. Yes. Under Labour's plans, by the way, you're allowed to cheer at really good ones. Under Labour's plans, 95% of taxpayers will be guaranteed no increase in their income tax contributions, and everyone will be protected from any increase in personal national insurance contributions and VAT. Only the top 5% earners will be asked to contribute more in tax to help fund their public services. Yes! Investment, all right? We're going to invest in infrastructure. We're going to have a national transformation fund, a national investment bank, 250 billion years. And the manifestos will take advantage of the near record low interest rates to create this. in order to, we'll bring forward legislation to create a proper legal definition for cooperative ownership. The National Investment Bank and regional development banks will be charged with helping to support our cooperative sector. Labour will aim to double the size of the cooperative sector in the UK, putting us on a par with those in leading economies like Germany and the USA. Who knew that? I didn't. Okay, we're coming to the bit where I really want some loud cheers. Not quite yet. Across the world, countries are taking public utilities back into public ownership. Yeah. Labour will learn from these experiences and bring key utilities back into public ownership to deliver lower prices, more accountability and more sustainable economy. We will bring private rail companies back into public ownership as their franchises expire. Yes! Regain control of energy supply networks through the alteration of operator licence conditions and transition to a publicly owned, decentralised energy system. Yes! Replace our dysfunctional water system with a network of regionally publicly owned water companies. Yes! And finally, reverse the privatisation of the Royal Mail at the earliest opportunity. Yes! It's good stuff, isn't it? It's brilliant. Okay, it's going on to sustainable energy. Not so many cheers. Well, I don't know, you could cheer. I like these. We will ensure that 60% of the UK's energy comes from zero carbon or renewable sources by 2030. And something I think really important, Labour will ban fracking because it will lock us into an energy infrastructure based on fossil fuels. Yeah. Building a clean economy of the future is the most important thing we must do for our children, our grandchildren and future generations. Now, all these words are from the manifesto. I'm not making these up. These are words taken from the manifesto. Brexit. We will end Theresa May's reckless approach to Brexit and seek to unite the country around a Brexit deal that works for every community in Britain. Labour will crack down on unscrupulous employers, will stop overseas-only recruitment practices, strengthen safety at work inspections and increase prosecutions for employers evading the minimum wage. And I noticed today that they're peddling that lie, the Tories in their manifesto, that they're going to reduce net immigration below £100,000. This is a lie. It would be impossible to do. In fact, the only possible way they could do it, the only possible way they could achieve lower net immigration is by making this country so horrible no one will want to live in it. Oh, they're doing that, aren't they?
Leave it in this. If you do achieve it, you should have a personality.
Yes.
Okay, National Education Service. Why haven't we had this before? Conservative cuts are starving schools of the funding they need to deliver a first-class education. Crippling underfunding is driving up class sizes and forcing schools to cut corners. A narrow curriculum and a culture of assessment is driving away teachers, creating a recruitment and retention crisis. Labour will not waste money on inefficient free schools and the Conservatives' grammar schools vanity project. Labour does not want to return to secondary models. We will oppose any attempt to force schools to become academies. The average student now graduates from university and starts working life with debts of £44,000. Labour will reintroduce maintenance grants for university students and will abolish university tuition fees.
Yay!
Something dear to this CLP's heart, and particularly the North West Suffolk branch, Labour will roll out maximum pay ratios of 20:1 in the public sector and in companies bidding for public contracts. Because it cannot be right that wages at the top keep rising while everyone else is stagnant. And at our branch meeting, and I apologise to those people who were at our branch meeting, I did focus on high wage because some interesting figures I managed to dig out. The average nurse's wage is £23,000 a year. Okay, some get a little bit more, but that's the average nurse's wage. The average FTSE 100 chief executive gets £4 million. I don't believe anyone can tell me that a CEO is worth 174 nurses. That is not right. That is not true. And that's what Labour is going to do, and make certain that doesn't happen. So I thought that was, I was shocked by those differences when I did that. I looked at that.
How would you make it happen?
You'd make it happen by making shareholders having a way of making the remuneration packages for their directors mandatory rather than advisory. That's how you do it, and you point out to people they can make a difference. Nationwide, do that. Unfortunately, 90% of people approved the remuneration package, but if more people understood what it meant, we could change things. Democracy is the enemy of raw capitalism, and that's why we must use democracy to defeat it. Secure homes for all. Home is at the heart of all our lives. It's the foundation on which we raise our families, the bedrock of our dreams and aspirations. But for too many people, the housing pressures they face are getting worse, not better. Britain has a housing crisis, a crisis of supply and a crisis of affordability. Labour will not build more. We not only build more, we will build better. We will insulate more homes to help people manage the cost of energy bills, to reduce preventable winter deaths, to meet our climate change targets. We will consult on new rules on minimum space standards to prevent radical properties on new modern standards for building zero carbon homes. I thought that was a really good thing. How many times have we felt that all these housing estates go up and they're tiny little rooms and no space? And it's wrong because those are people's homes, and Labour is going to address that. We'll remove, cheer here please, we will remove government restrictions that stop councils building homes and begin to build the biggest council building programme for at least 30 years. Yes! Okay, and now National Health Service, you know where we're at on that. They will invest in our NHS to give patients the modern, well-resourced services they need for the 21st century. Labour will ensure that National Health Service patients get world-class quality of care they need and that staff are able to deliver the standards that patients expect. Safer communities, Labour will recruit 10,000 more police officers to work on the community beats, equivalent to at least one more for every neighbourhood in the country. Leading richer lives, this comes under. Councils deliver vital local services to our communities, but their budgets have been slashed by Conservative cuts. This has led to a deterioration of local services, from bin collections to road repair, and the loss of important community assets such as libraries, youth centres and women's refuges, and indeed short-start centres and child centres. Okay, a little favourite of mine comes under sport. Labour will ensure that the Premier League delivers on its promise to invest 5% of its television rights income into the grassroots game to help the next generation of players and coaches and to improve facilities and pitches. I think that's brilliant. A lovely, simple little thing, and we can do it.
Quite right.
It's fantastic.
And they won't miss a penny.
No, exactly. Okay, last two, really just to show the great breadth of this document, more than anything else. More equal society. Labour Party is a party of equality and seeks to build a society and a world free from all forms of racism, anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. In global Britain, Labour will take all necessary measures to protect the security of our citizens and country. We will put conflict resolution and human rights at the heart of our foreign policy, commit to working through the United Nations, end support for unilateral aggressive wars of intervention, and back effective action to alleviate the refugee crisis.
Yeah.
I commend this document to you. I think it's the most exciting manifesto I've ever read. It's a manifesto full of ideas that I want to implement now. Yeah. And that, I suppose, is the saddest thing. I mean, this is a transforming manifesto. And if you compare it with the sort of damp squig of an affair the Conservatives came out with today, it's the most wonderful document. Colourful, vibrant, imaginative. And what was the Tories? It was just like niggly little things.
Death tax.
Death tax, yes. The Conservative manifesto can be summed up by a death tax. I like it. Ours is a populist manifesto, but there's nothing wrong with that. Let's have policies that everyone likes. Let's have policies that we can make people say, yes, I want to be a part of that. Because that's what we've got to do over the next 3 weeks. We've somehow got to change those polls so that Labour creeps into that Tory lead. And if only we can publicise what's in this manifesto, rather than them having to read it through the media, through the newspapers, If we could go out there and say, this is what it really is. I want to give it free to every house. And I want people to sit there and read it. The television should go blank for an hour while they read it. That's what I dream of, I suppose. If we could implement those policies, if we could implement that manifesto, it would transform Britain to a much, much better place. And I suppose that's why we're all here today, isn't it? Because we believe that we want and we can and we must do that. I'm worried that we're going to lose and that manifesto will get lost. I'm going to hang on to that manifesto. And I'm going to say, next election, I want to vote on this. I've lived a lot, I've gone through many manifestos, and most of them haven't been very exciting. But I think this is exciting. I think it's so cleverly done, and it is achievable. That's the thing. There's nothing in it that's not achievable. And of course, it's been costed as well. And all those media outlets who thought their story was going to be about the economic black hole, no. There's no economic black hole. It's all been costed. But of course, the commentators can't change their minds as quick as that. They can't work it out, then it's not that bright that they can see that they've been presented with something that answers all their questions before they've even answered it. So, well done to whoever wrote this. I'm sure Jeremy had a big hand in it. I think it's fabulous. I want to get hold of a paper copy. I've only got a copy on the computer. I went into W.H. Smith and said, where can I get the Labour Party manifesto? They must. No, they used to sell them, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, how are we going to respond to that? How are we going to respond to this opportunity, this fantastic moment? Well, we have limited resources, but we can make an impact. As I said, on Monday of this week in